Been a while since my last gold prospecting video, but let me tell you, the gold fever has not died down at all in me. My next challenge is to find gold. I plan on making a series of videos where I look for gold in different places, and I find gold in some of them. I didn't in the first, I really want to in the second. I don't want it to be a series of failures. So I think one of the main reasons I failed the first one is because I was just sort of winging where to look. I didn't have a good roadmap of where to look. So let's do our research this time, shall we? I'm going to look up on the internet where to find gold. If Google's commercials has taught me anything, it's that I just open up Google and type in gold near me and it'll show me gold that's near me. Now what I'm seeing is a whole bunch of websites that sell gold, not necessarily the names of creeks or mountains that I can go to find gold. So I'm picking up what you're putting down, Google. I'm going to take the hint and let's check out a website that sells gold, if you think that's the best spot to find gold. Now I know of one. Now this one, we got danhurdprospecting.com. I watch Dan Hurd's YouTube videos about gold prospecting, and that's why I'm going to buy gold from him, I think. No other reason than I like his YouTube videos, and I want to support him. So let's check out Dan Hurd Pay Dirt, see what options we have. World's hardest pay dirt, half pound of gem only, gold and gem, gold nuggets and pickers, gold only, garnets. I want to do gold only. It's important that I do gold only, not gold and gem, because I'm sure when he calculates how much to put in here, he puts a value on the gems, whereas the gems are kind of useless to me, so they're worth 0. So if you've never bought pay dirt before, which I haven't, it's essentially a bag of dirt that he adds gold to. So then you can find the gold in the dirt. That's the idea. Let's see. A guaranteed 0.4 grams of gold in there if you can find it. If you can't, then it's still in there. It's just not very useful. Alright. Guaranteed to contain unsearched pay gravels from 3 claims: Pickerton, the Thompson River, and Trout Creek. I'm liking all that. Okay, I think this is the best way to find gold here. So let's add it to our cart and do a little checkout. Actually, first, let me verify that there is in fact gold in this pay dirt. Here is my gold metal detector that I used in the other videos. I'm just going to turn this on here. We'll test it to show that it's picking up gold. And I'm just going to run this over the picture of the gold bag real quick. Yeah, getting very strong signals there. Definitely gold in this pay dirt bag. Not that I thought he would scam you, but you should always check, right? So there's one in stock. Let's go ahead and buy the last one. Oh, I already added to my cart. We'll save the last one for someone else. I'm going to go ahead and pay for it with my American Express Gold card because that seems appropriate. And I will hide my personal information as I do it. It costs $79. Okay, I finished ordering. It ended up costing $99 final price. That's 99 Canadian, which is 80 real dollars. We'll see how much gold I get out of it once it actually comes and I can find my gold. It hopefully won't take too long. Was that someone at the door? Has my gold already arrived through the magic of the internet? Yes, it has. This is a very small, very light bag. I'm not going to show the other side of it because it's got all my personal info again. But this bag of dirt has arrived. I'm excited for it. I hope you're excited for it. But first, let's check if there's actually gold in it. So I'll once again pull out my gold detector. I'm going to increase the sensitivity because the gold is going to be pretty small, but it should... Alright, well, I'm not paying $80 for a bag of dirt that doesn't have gold in it. So I'm going to just real quickly write no gold on here and I'll return it to sender. Okay, it's a completely different day, as you can tell, because I have a different shirt on. I got a new bag of gold. It doesn't say no gold. Let's check it real quick. Let me shake it all down into one corner. All the gold should be down here now. This is hard to do without showing the other side of it. Hopefully you can hear that. I'm not getting the strongest beeps, but I'm getting something. So I think there's some gold in here. I think we're gonna pan it. Let me redo the cameras like this. Okay, we'll be panning as close to the internet as possible because even though big tubs of water don't mix with computers, I think it's gonna give me the best results. So here's my bag of dirt. It is indeed incredibly small for $80, but that's apparently what a half pound feels like. Can't see any gold so far, however it is very dirty. I don't think I'm going to bother with the classifier. I probably shouldn't even bother with the big pan, but that's what I'm using, so that's what I'm going to use. Throughout this panning process, you will hear me repeat a lot of the things that I've heard on YouTube. I'm just going to try to fit as many as I can in here. I'll save this for later, metal detect it, see if there's anything stuck in the cracks. Let's start by getting the dirt wet. I want to make sure it's all wet everywhere in there. Let me make sure my camera is good here as well. Alright, this is slightly inconvenient being in a giant bucket up high, but this is what it is. I am going to use my fingers to make sure it's thoroughly mixed and wet, which you're not supposed to do because most people have oily fingers. I do not, however. And then I'm going to just let this mud fall off and reveal the clean dirt. I am doing this in a bucket so that I can redo it later. And all the gold will stay in the bucket. Just doing some cleaning here. And now we're going to start the panning. So I'm going to tilt the pan forward, shake it side to side to stratify the material. Let all the gold should be falling to the bottom right now. Now I'm going to draw off the material on the top, let it just float away. Get some more water, do a little stratifying, bring it all back down to the bottom, and then slowly lean it forward as we shake. Let the water just pull the material away. I'm not seeing any black sands down here, which probably means something. Hopefully it doesn't mean that I got a dud batch. Let's bring it all back down to the bottom. Lean it forward. And draw off some more material on the top again. There's a bunch of little rocks in here. Sadly, these are not gold, they're just rocks. If you're wondering how I got so good at panning and you want to practice yourself, I recommend you leave your pan in the bathroom, and then whenever you take a bath, when you're done, just do some panning with that big tub of water there. Great opportunity to practice. If you're wondering why I'm so bad at panning, it's because I don't really have any opportunity to practice. I've only done this once before in the other video, so I'm just sort of winging it. I think at this point I am going to get rid of these big rocks because they're obviously not gold. So let's sort of just draw them back. How do I make sure there's no gold stuck in these chunks? Alright, those are just rocks. We don't need those. I believe Mr. Hurd said you keep panning until you can see this line all the way through your sands, whereas I cannot yet, so that's why I'm still going down, but kind of had enough of waiting. So let's draw it back and see what we have. Now I'm just going to do a little swirl and just draw that dirt away and back to the bottom of the pan, and it should reveal some very sparkly gold up at the top. Do a little tap to bring it back up. Give it a little push. All this is gold. Oh, we did finally see black sand. Alright, I don't know how the tapping works, but that is supposedly gold. It looks golden. For reference, let me clean it up a little bit more by bringing all that back down. Let's do some more pans. Now I don't have a close-up camera, so you have to bear with me, but this is the gold that we're seeing in the pan. This one I do think you can indeed call a picker, because I just picked it up and you can hear it drop, so we're going to call that a picker. Some of these, I don't know, Vogus Prospecting might call that a picker. Questionable in my opinion. I think they would call this one a chunky flake because it's got a little bit of texture to it. That one doesn't fit in the snuffer bottle. I think that was the last. Nope, couple more micro dots. What I'm going to do now is add some soap to the water, which you were supposed to have done at the beginning, because it prevents gold from possibly floating on the surface tension of the water. So I'm going to add some soap, and then I'm going to dump all this back into the pan and go through all of it again and see if I missed any. From what I've been told, it's very hard to lose gold in your pan. And we're going to find out how hard it was to do exactly.
Maybe I'll see if any of these rocks are actually cool as well. I'm using a smaller pan for the second run. I'm not seeing a single fleck of gold in here. I do see some black sands, which I wasn't expecting because that means I did lose them. But I'm not seeing any gold. Probably give it a third run through later just to be sure, but I think we've got it all in here. Now I'm going to use this pan to try to clean it up. Here is my strat for the concentrates. I got my little pan, put some water in it. I'm going to dump out the bottle. Get 100% of the gold out of there. Let's pan it as good as we can. So now my options are, one, I snuff out the gold until there's only gold left, or two is I snuff out the not gold until there's only gold left. So I can do this, real subtle movement here, and slowly strip away the black sands. Not very good at it. I'm tempted to go too strongly. See right here, there's two pieces of gold that I got, so we'll push those back up. Gold's apparently not sticky, which is convenient. And all this stuff down here, I'm positive there's no gold in. So I can just wash that away. Might want to keep that piece. So that's my plan, is to just keep doing that. We'll see. I see very little black sand still in here. I'm not going to say none, but I think I did a pretty good job of cleaning it. When I do this, now I'm just getting little pieces of gold to come down. I'm not sure how you clean it up better than this. So let's dry it off, shall we? I forgot to hit record, and I started pouring my gold into a 1 cup measuring cup. I don't think it'll fill the whole 1 cup up, but that's what I'm using. Okay. Yeah, not quite a full cup. Here is my gold. Well, that battery lasted about a second. Let's see if we can get a little bit of a closer view of it. Here we go. Here's a finger for scale. This was the roly boy that kept rolling. That's the big piece. I don't really know what else you want to see. I mean, that's it, right? Usually on the videos, they then proceed to weigh it, so we will do that. You guys done looking at it? Spin it around for you. Okay, let's weigh it. Now, I don't have one of those teeny tiny scales. I do, however, have a scale. So let's turn it on. I'm not sure how to put it into grams, so you'll just have to convert in your head. And then we'll roll carefully so as not to spill the gold. Well, that was poor timing, but it said 0.
This is a very small amount of gold. But at least I know what it looks like now. Gold prospecting on the internet, far more successful than the suburbs. We'll see what I get out of my next entry in this series. But for now, challenge complete.
One thing that I meant to try but forgot to is to put a magnet in a bag and run this along to take out the magnetic gravels. I'm not expecting much because there was very little black sand in there, and I did forget that this pan was magnetic. That actually picks up a lot more than I thought it would. Anyway, that's another thing you can do. I've got a bag of dirt, Angus, what's inside it?